the U.S. Open Championship.
To win the Derby!
The Players' Championship, French Open title,
Stanley Cup champion,
Wimbledon champion.
Part of NBC Sports Championship Season.
Welcome to the U.S. Bank NBC Sports Report. Here's your host, Jimmy Roberts.
And we are just outside the nation's capital, Congressional Country Club, the 111th U.S. Open Championship live final round coverage coming right up. And hi again, everyone. Welcome to Congressional. Happy Father's Day, one and all. An interesting day ahead as 22-year-old Rory McIlroy of Northern Ireland looks to finish things off. He'll start the day with an 8-shot lead. Remember, he had a 4-stroke lead on Sunday at the Masters and fell apart, but he's been record-breaking good here this week. Live golf shortly. First, some other sports news. Starting with swimming, the Santa Clara Invitational this weekend, a tune-up event for next month's World Championships in Shanghai. And a different Michael Phelps last night swimming the 200-meter backstroke, a race not on his program in Beijing 3 years ago when he won 8 gold medals. And Phelps is seemingly making a smooth transition, dominant last night in his new event. Meanwhile, his rival, Ryan Lochte, decided not to swim the event. Might not have mattered. Phelps touched the wall more than 3 seconds ahead of the field. He turns 26 later this month. He said he'll pare down his schedule for next summer's London Games, not swimming 8 events as he did in Beijing. Baseball news now. Just this morning, Florida Marlins manager Edwin Rodriguez resigned. He's the first Puerto Rican-born manager in Major League history. Why the change? Well, the Marlins started the year pretty well, 30-20, but since then, they're 2-19. And in the month of June, 1-17. Guess that explains that. Back to the links and the intersection of politics, power, and putts. Yesterday, quite a power foursome at Andrews Air Force Base. The president, vice president, and speaker of the House, and the governor of Ohio. A friendly game, not along political lines. In the end, the president teamed with Speaker Boehner to win $2 from the vice president and Ohio Governor John Kasich. The match, we are told, went all the way to the 18th hole. And a quick reminder, Monday's editions of the USA Today will have a complete recap of the U.S. Open Championship. The field here at Congressional is chasing Rory McIlroy, as we said, and McIlroy is chasing history. How will he handle Sunday at the U.S. Open? Many people are wondering, can he dominate the way Tiger Woods did back at Pebble Beach in 2000? Interesting questions, all of the answers in USA Today. For all the latest, pick up a copy of Monday's paper. All right, that's it. We'll see you a little later. Right now, enjoy our 6 hours of coverage, the 111th U.S. Open Championship.
This has been the U.S. Bank NBC Sports Report. U.S. Bank, all of us serving you.
As if we have to point it out, Jimmy Roberts just did. It's the final round of the 111th U.S. Open at Congressional Country Club in Bethesda, Maryland. Cloudy skies and muggy conditions on this Sunday. Some morning rain has kept the course that yielded a record number of under-par scores yesterday in the 3rd round from getting any firmer, so that may be at least a glimmer of good news for those in pursuit of the man out front, Rory McIlroy. McIlroy set a U.S. Open 54-hole scoring record of 14 under 199. Currently, he holds an 8-shot lead over Y.E. Yang, with whom he will tee off at 3:20 Eastern. After making his lone bogey of the championship on the par 3 10th yesterday to go with a double bogey on 18 in the 2nd round, McIlroy sent a message to the rest of the field on the next hole. After a 6-iron set this up, he rolls the birdie putt in on the 2nd toughest hole on the course, and with the fist pump, he resumed his march to 14 under par, the lowest any player has ever been at any point in a U.S. Open. He finished with a 68, along with an opening 65 and a 2nd round 66. Hi, everybody, and happy Father's Day. I'm Bob Costas. Superlatives surround the performance of the 22-year-old from Hollywood. That's Hollywood with 1 L, Northern Ireland. McIlroy has been hailed as the most talented of a group of youthful successors to the best players of the current generation. He's contended at every major in the last year. He led the 1st round of the British after a 63 at St. Andrews. He finished a shot out of a playoff at the PGA. He held the lead with 9 holes to go at the Masters. But in every case, he left without a major title. Now, with an 8-shot advantage, will the young man who is potentially the best player of a new generation claim his first major title as the U.S. Open returns to the nation's capital.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, with liberty and justice for all.
They are the virtues that have been passed down through generations, that live on in the great halls of this country. And in the shadows of the nation's capital, Congressional Country Club is poised to welcome the latest winner of America's championship. And for the Americans who have won it, there has come an indescribable surge of emotion and patriotic pride. It's a more than century-old renewal that has become a total global quest. And today another has a chance at his own transcendent moment. It's the United States Open Championship.
And this is the greatest golf tournament in the world.
The Open Championship of the United States of America.
With liberty and justice for all.
NBC Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today it's live final round coverage of the 111th United States Open. Championship Sunday at Congressional, and for the 25th consecutive year, a sellout at the U.S. Open. More than 35,000 fans making their way through the gates to get a first-hand glimpse at one of the most dominating performances in this championship's 111 years. The blue course adds to its own legacy today, a day after the 5th lowest single-round scoring average ever in a U.S. Open. We'll see if the longest par 4 finishing hole in major championship history will be packed with competitive drama or be the site of an historic coronation. And the player who could have something to do with that, Y.E. Yang, arriving a little bit earlier today with his 3 sons. 12-year-old Tony, the last to pile out of the courtesy car, along with 11-year-old Kevin, 3-year-old Ryan on this Father's Day. They were all born in Korea, but they are here in the United States in the Dallas area, hoping Dad can get it done. Lee Westwood is in the second to last group. There he is, arriving with his agent Chubby Chandler, who also happens to be the agent for the leader, Rory McIlroy, trying to put the last piece to a puzzle and become a major champion for the first time. He's got a huge lead. The lead is 8. It started off at 3. It swelled to 6. And now it's 8, the second largest 54-hole lead in U.S. Open history. So it's McIlroy and Yang again in the final group. They will be teeing off at 3:20 local time. Westwood, Garrigus, Jason Day, a whopping 9 shots off the lead. Kuchar, Garcia, Frederick Jakobsen, who got really hot yesterday for a period of time before fading a bit. And so 20 players beginning this final round under par. And who knows, by the end of the day, it could be the most ever 28 under par to end 4 rounds of a U.S. Open. That happened in 1990 in Medina, so we could see a record broken in that department. And Patrick Cantlay, one of 2 amateurs, really playing well in this championship, along with Russell Henley as well. And so for the total, he has set 6 U.S. Open records alone. He has set or tied 7 U.S. Open records. Rory McIlroy, we go through the numbers again. The low 36, largest 36-hole lead that ties the record. All of these other records are set by himself. Most strokes under par at any point, 14 under, 199 total so far. He needs to shoot 72 to break the 72-hole scoring total. And so we'll wait and see a little bit later on as we get you off to Congressional here in the action at the first tee.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1:40 starting time. Please welcome from Northern Ireland, the 2010 United States Open champion, Graham McDowell.
So once again, barring an absolute miracle, there will be no back-to-back champions in this U.S. Open, but there could be another man from Northern Ireland who gets it done. It was McDowell last year, who at even par won the championship at Pebble Beach. That's where he stands right now, but he is 14 behind his fellow countryman Rory McIlroy.
This is a good one here, pounded up the right-hand side. Might need a friendly kick.
From Dallas, Texas, Harrison Frazier.
It was a